Why did you start your business? What drove you to do so, and what continues driving you to show up every day for your business and your clients? This is Krista Gun, and welcome back to another episode of Womenpreneur Asia, the podcast that celebrates Asian women entrepreneurs across Asia and tells the real stories behind their journeys. As always, this episode is sponsored by Redbox Studio. Today's guest is Tan Chi Yin, a Malaysian entrepreneur and photographer and founder of Chapters. Chapters is a photography studio that grows with her clients through life's many chapters, hence the name, from weddings to maternity to family portraits. Chi Yin takes us through the winding path from a long career in film production to building a purpose-driven photography business, where visibility, networking, and the all-important 80-20 rule guide her decisions. We'll explore how she uses AI as a creative assistant, how she handles the demanding all-day, non-stop wedding and corporate shoots, and why to her fulfillment is as important as financial gain. Let's get into Chi Yin's story. Hi Chi Yin, welcome to Womenpreneur Asia.
Hi, Krista. Thanks for having me.
So Chi Yin, before we get into your entrepreneurship journey, could you let us know how you got into entrepreneurship?
I got into this since 2022, and I started as a worker first. I worked in a company for first one was 2 years, and then the second one was actually 8 years. And then I was in that same company for 8 years, and I learned a lot. And then one day I just feel like I was stuck. I feel like I cannot feel a lot of fulfillment from the previous job anymore. That's when I know I need to go out of my comfort zone again. And then that's when I started.
Was it a very big decision for you back then?
It was very hard to make. I think I took around 1 to 2 years to consider about this, because I am a very safe person. I need to know I will be okay before I leave. So I need to calculate, okay, how much do I need before I come out, and then how much do I need for maybe 6 months I won't make any money, and would I be okay? So I calculated everything before I leave. So it was a big jump,
Basically, you were employed before you started your business.
Yeah.
So you were in 2 different companies.
Correct.
Right? Let's put it this way. Is it easier for you to go to, just say, because you're talking about fulfillment, right? Is it easier for you to go to maybe the third company or the third employer? What was the difference between going for a third employer versus starting your own business?
For our industry as a photographer, at least it's for me, I feel like I need to have my own business that I can showcase my work. When we work for companies, our work all will be under the company, even though the photos, the videos are taken by us, but those work are actually belong to the company. So for me, that was the thing that I feel like I need to have my own place that I can say that these are my work. I can probably show that here is my work. If I'm under the company, some companies will be like, oh, these are still under the company, so you cannot use to promote yourself. So that's when I feel like the company wouldn't work for me.
All the while you've been in photography, or you were in other media as well?
I started working in production first, Malaysian production house, where we shoot more dramas or reality show or movies. And that was very different from photography, because it's very long hour shoot every day. I go out 4 a.m. to set up before anybody wakes up. We set up in the shop and everything. Then we have to finish before people come, maybe 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning. So we started shooting in those locations first. Then I reach home around 12 a.m. Production is a 1 month project or 2 months. The whole month will be the same, no break. Every day in 4 a.m. to 12 a.m. So I will be able to see my friends and family for a month or 2.
That sounds really tough. You get up early in the morning, and then you come back late at night, and basically you have no life.
Yeah. My life is with my colleagues. They are like my family that time.
So you were in this industry for the first two companies that you worked in?
Yes. Yeah, I worked in was production, and then I freelanced for a while also for production house, and then I started my second full-time 8 years.
So production work is tough.
Yeah, I started as a production assistant. So production assistant always go first and leave last to set up, to make sure everything is taken care of before anybody arrives, and also make sure everything is properly wrapped up after everybody left.
Let's now come to your business. So your business is called Chapters.
Yeah.
Can I know why it's named as such? Because I find it quite unique.
Thank you. I thought of this name together with a friend. I chose this name because I take photos of people in different chapters of their life. Because some clients, they will take their wedding photos with us first, and then after that, when their first child is born, then they will look for us, or even before the first child, like maternity, and then the first child is born, and then the first child, like first birthday party. So I feel like I journey with my clients, so it's like their chapters of their life. So that's the journey that I hope to have with my clients.
So it's not just a one-off photo shoot, not a one-off engagement, but a continuous one as their family grows, right?
Yeah.
How has it been for you since starting your business?
It has some up and down. Most are exciting. When I left my previous company, I feel really stuck. And then when I started coming up, I feel like I noticed a lot of different ways of doing things that I never noticed before. When I worked in the same place for a long time, I really found my comfort zone and then found the same format of doing things. So I always use the same format and then slowly meet more people and also work with other photographers, have more opportunity to collaborate with other photographers. Then I also noticed, actually event can do like this also. This is what they notice in event shoot. A lot of people shoot from the back like wow, very wow, and what's important for client. So every photographers, they have different perspective. I learn from them. Then much more interesting. The whole journey been like quite exciting for me because of learning new things and also different opportunities to collaborate with people in different industry. So far, I think I've been like quite lucky and quite okay. It's not like I won't be able to feed myself this month or that hasn't happened.
So you started the business in 2022?
Yes.
Okay.
I registered, yeah.
Before that, did you already start? Like when you're still working, do you do some part-time? Do you do some side gig or side hustle?
Yes, I do that, but not a lot of times because already got a full-time job and it's quite tiring already. So I won't take a lot of freelance job, but I do whenever there's opportunity.
When you're in this creative industry, it is not just you, right? You have to work with other photographers because one person cannot cover everything, especially big events, especially event photography, right? So how did you find that community, or were you already in that community when you started?
When I started, I already know some of the people. So that's one of the things that I feel safe for me to leave my ex-company because I know some people will look for me when they need more photographers, for example, to help with their companies. So before I leave my company, I already started building the network, already worked with a few other people. So I know that they are comfortable with me, they know my work.
Right now you are based in KL and your clients mostly come from the KL area, or do you also go out of KL for your shoots?
For my shoot, we mostly do in KL, but whenever people from Penang or from Ipoh, they're from Langkawi, want us to go cover the event, we also will go. And just like they will just cover our transportation, different charges like accommodation. Then we also travel. I'll travel to other countries as well to cover wedding or like even like a big party, weddings or pre-wedding party.
Quite exciting.
Yeah, I didn't know like wow, okay, actually taking photos also can take me to places. Very grateful for the opportunity.
Could you just briefly let us know, besides family shots or portraits, what else do you do, or what else do you offer in your business?
Mostly people portraits. I like taking like family portraits or corporate headshots. And we also cover events, so event coverage like the Christmas event. We also do like branding kind of photography or videography for companies that say we want like a branding video for our company.
So it's not just photography. So you also cover videography as well.
Yeah.
So when you first started, what were some of the methods that you used to market yourself?
I think the first thing I try to do is more networking. I feel like this is very important to meet more people, and I joined networking like BNI. I've joined that for 3 years. I feel like visibility is very important. Whenever people see us, people remember us. And yesterday I talked to a friend. She told me a story she heard on the podcast saying about visibility, like 2 boys that like football, and then one boy always appear at the field and one always hide at home, not sure about himself and worry of how people will see him and everything. But maybe the boy at home play much better than the boy at the field. But the boy at the field, he just like, I like playing football. I just very passionate. I just play lah. It's okay. I don't care what people like think and everything. Then a lot of people will see the boy at the field like play more football, and then when people think, okay, we need to find a footballer, who would they think about first? Is the one that always see at the field. So I feel like visibility is really important. I also see results from networking events that I attended, even though maybe it's not immediately, but sometimes I'll be like quite surprised. Oh, I met this person like 3-5 years ago, and then they suddenly, Jin, you still do photography? And then I was like very surprised, like wow, it's like the seed I planted, and then like 5 years later they remember.
Do you do a lot of that these days? Because you have to balance out, right? Because the business and the networking.
Correct.
So how do you do that?
These days I try to be selective, because I know I cannot attend to my business and do a lot of networking. So I try to like choose which networking event I want to go to. Maybe I just like this group of people lah. I feel like they are inspiring to me. Then okay, I attend more because I feel like I could learn something that will motivate me. Yeah, then I try to balance off, because really it's very hard to attend both. Yeah.
And because I think that if you have a product business, I think it's different, right? Product meaning that you sell a physical, tangible product, which means that the more you go out and network, the more the products will fly off the shelf. But in the service business, it's more like the more you go and promote yourself, the more people demand you and your time, and you're the one who is really the person that people trust to deliver the service. So that is actually the difficult part sometimes that I find for business owners who offer services. This is the dilemma that we actually face.
Yeah, correct. Recently, there are like a few shoots that people can inquire, and then they all ask for the same dates, right? And then I try to propose to them another photographer, and then they'll be like, but will you be there? And say, oh, I can't have another job. It's quite hard to get them to like trust another person, even though I reassure them we work together a lot, and then we are the same level photographer. And then they also will be like, okay, let me see their portfolio first and think about it first. So that's the hard part. I feel like we are like hairstylists also. Like I already got the hairstylist for like many years, and then if the person is not free, then it's okay, I don't want to cut my hair first. Yeah.
So that is the hard part, right? Also photography, especially when it comes to things like weddings, because the person cannot shift their wedding date, or the person has already a date booked and the person cannot move that date. Yeah, so I think that is actually one of the challenges of the business. Are there any other challenges besides I can't get you as a photographer. That's a major challenge, right, for the photography business.
This is one of the major challenges. The other challenge, maybe Chinese New Year, for example, I'm also celebrating. And then I will be like in my hometown, and then people will be like, hey, are you free for Chinese New Year? I will take photos. And then I will be like, sorry, I can't, or I don't want to take photos during Chinese New Year. So I need the break also. Yeah, I feel it's the time that a lot of people want to take photos, but I will be taking a break.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, right? I mean, most people see the final output, which is the final images that you take for them. Now, what parts of your business you wish clients would understand, but what else is like clients don't know about that is also quite difficult for you as a founder of your photography business?
A lot of things behind the scene won't know. Maybe you book me for 1 hour photography in the studio today at 10 o'clock. But actually, what clients don't know is I will be in the studio 1 hour before the shoot just to get ready. Like, no matter it's in the studio or it's outdoor, I'll be there, try to imagine already. Later, when everybody is here, how do I take the shot? What do I start first? And then I will also look at their information, and then I will try to remember everybody's name, like 10 people, then I will remember 10 people's name, and then I will already start to imagine later. I will start with the big group first, and then which smaller group, and then in the end, what do we do and all. A lot of clients maybe they don't know the process, or we will be outdoor, walk few rounds in the park already, see which part is the best corner to take photos. We already know exactly where they're gonna stand later. So we will ask them, okay, follow me, we'll come this place. But actually it's already planned out. If not, it won't be so smooth. I feel like this part is the part that they might not know. And also after the photo session, we actually also take the same amount of time or even more to edit the photos. So they don't know about it, so they feel like, hey, it's quite easy 1 hour only,
But first you also have to select the best shots and then only do the after or post-production.
Yeah, correct. So we have to select first and then we edit. Yeah, so it's the whole process behind the scenes. I feel like it's as important, the time behind the scene, the preparation, the editing, to make sure the session is successful.
Does this only apply for outdoor shoots? What about a wedding? Does the same process apply if, just say, someone hired you to shoot their wedding? Because especially if it is, I'm not too sure about other types of wedding, but for Chinese weddings, it's a whole day affair from morning right up to the wedding dinner. So as a photographer who's following the wedding couple, what's the process like?
Before the wedding, we will already meet the couple, and then we will ask a lot of questions about their weddings, and then ask about them as a couple, so we know what's important for the couple. And then on that day, we will remember what's important for them and also try to capture all these things. We know what looks good and which location will look best for the photo. When I sense that the couple, they are tired, they actually don't really want to take a lot of couple portraits anymore, but photographer love to take
to force
a lot
them.
of couple portraits. Yeah, we always tell them it's the last shot but never ends. Yeah, but we always want to take more. But when I sense that the couple, they are tired, okay, if you feel tired now, you can just rest, and then later you let me know if you feel like taking it again. Or later when I feel like they feel better already, then I will try to ask again, because then I will know that maybe I got not enough shots yet. I will know. Then if I know that, then I will try to convince them. If they still don't want, then I will let them know we only got this. If that's okay with you, then we are okay also. So try to manage the expectation.
But you have to follow them throughout the day. Probably the afternoon session will probably take a break before you resume for the wedding banquet dinner.
Yeah. The wedding, sometimes some weddings we have to do same day edits as well. So the break time in between, we're actually doing some edit to show at night. So it's like show the same day video showing on the big screen at night. It's actually the photographers, videographers working between the break, right? Rushing out the edit. Yeah.
But is it a stressful day for you?
Stressful, I feel it's okay for me. It's just a long day, but it's not stressful. I will only feel stressful when the couple also feels stressful. Like if they are like, I really hope they will enjoy their wedding. And always I remind them, you just let other people help you coordinate. You just enjoy the wedding. And if they don't enjoy, it's really it's a waste, I feel. And then it's also quite hard for us to capture good photos, like good memories.
What about you? What do you do the day after?
The day after. Sometimes I will have another shoot, or sometimes I just rest at home. I will just be like at home the whole day because I need time to recharge. After I like shoot for a whole day, I need some quiet time, some me time.
In terms of right now, because right now you're a full-time business owner, so there's also, like I mentioned before, right, there's also these business skills that you pick up along the way. So what is one business skill that you never expected that you pick up?
I guess it's the networking skill. If I asked maybe like 10 years ago me, I won't imagine myself like going out and networking, talk to people or meet new people and try to make conversations, be confident, all this. I feel like I won't believe myself if I say that to like the old me. Yeah. But I feel it's something that I learned along the way, and then the more I do it, the more I get like more confident in doing this. And now I feel in like a big group of strangers, I still feel nervous, but I can manage better. Last time maybe I would be like super conscious about myself and everything, right? But I also feel like other people might be like worry as myself. Like, what if I go and talk to them first? Then they also like, actually they also want to talk. Yeah. They also feel like they want to make friends. Yeah.
Because everyone feels conscious, right? Especially if you're meeting for the first time and you don't know each other, and you're not too sure what you want to say. And of course, if it's a business event, it's easier.
This skill can use in my personal life, because previously I feel like even around my relatives, that I won't know what to say to the elderly uncle aunties, because I feel like we totally different age group. What conversation can we make? And then now I feel like actually a lot of things to talk about. Then I won't feel like I got nothing to say to my auntie uncles. I feel like it's okay. Like I learned the social skill lah. Yeah.
No, that's a great business skill to actually learn. Today, no one can escape talking about AI. How AI is useful in their lives and their business. As a business owner, as a photographer, what are your thoughts about AI? And do you use AI in your business? And if yes, how do you use it?
I recently saw a friend use AI. She needed like a photo with Christmas outfit. Last time maybe we will have to like and need to print like a standee size, like the life size. And then last time we will like go and hire a photographer and take the photo in the studio, for example. Then now they can just use AI. They just upload their picture, use AI, then AI will change the outfit for them, and then they are okay to print on it. And I was like, wow, quite surprising, like how convenient AI nowadays has become. I use AI also, but for like creating photos and video, not so much. It's more on like asking questions, more on like if I want to take photos of the Milky Way, what setting should I use? And then AI will tell me. Then I don't need to test so many times. Or if I say I want to take this headshot, but my resources are only this, what can I do? Maybe I feel like not enough, but can this work? And then AI can answer very fast, like, okay, will this work, or these are the things you can add to make it work. So I feel like that's helping me. So I use AI as like an assistant, or like I can consult AI. I save time to test the stuff, and I just ask AI. They would like even draw a plan for me. This is how you can like place your light and everything, but not creating photos. I try editing photos before using AI, but after a while I feel like there are still like some imperfection, so I still have to like adjust after that. So in the end I still edit myself, because I feel like they still don't know what I want. They can select photos and also edit photos for us, but I feel like maybe not perfect yet. So yeah, that's how I've been using AI so far.
That's an interesting one, the one that you ask AI, like if you have this limited lighting or this limited area that you need to work with, and they can suggest how to place certain lights, right? How to get the certain effect that you want.
Yeah. So it's quite good. I just tell them these are the models I have. Will they work together? And then I don't actually need to go and test it. I just ask AI. Yeah.
So it basically a way for you to do something without you physically doing it first.
Yeah.
So it saves you that time. So now I want to talk about your 80-20, your personal mantra. Tell me, how has 80-20 worked in your life?
I read the book like maybe 3-4 years ago, and then I was really like in love with the idea, and then I feel it's very true that like 20% of what we do created the 80% of the result, or the 80% of the things only bring us the like 20% of result lah. And then I always try to use that to evaluate like all my clients, and then I noticed the pattern also, like actually 80% of my income come from this client, and then the others like here and there one is like contributed to the 20%. This is the business aspect lah. And then like the personal aspect also, like I feel like, oh, this kind of shoot actually I enjoy it a lot. Like give me like 80% of satisfaction. I want to do more. And like the other kind of shoot maybe like not very like happy, don't feel very fulfilled after shooting, then I will try to do less. So I evaluate like what I want to do using this principle. I find it like make my life better lah.
So you were mentioning that there are some shoots that you don't really like to do. What are the shoots that you don't really like to do?
I change also as I grow older. Maybe last time I would be like really enjoy doing videography, being the videographer. And then recently I found out that I noticed myself doing more video job, especially the whole day outside doing video. I always feel like I come back very tired, exhausted, and then even after created the video, I also won't feel like fulfilled. Then I try to think like, oh, what happened? And then I noticed I don't like long video wedding shoot. But like other corporate video stuff, I still enjoy doing them. Like I will still feel like a lot of fulfillment after doing the video. But wedding videography is like, I feel I'm not into that anymore. Then I slowly try to like reduce. So now I start telling clients that I don't provide that service anymore, because I know I don't enjoy it and it won't be fair for them. So yeah, that's how I like see what I want using that principle.
I think that's a really good one, because a lot of times people don't think about what they don't like to do. Because when you start a business and you offer different services, you will not even think about reducing things that you don't like to do, which is very important, especially if you want to stay long term in the business. Otherwise, every time you get a job or a client, you don't want to do it because it doesn't make you happy.
Yeah, so I already noticed that pattern, that I always come home like unhappy, and if one day before shoot I feel like very depressed, like I don't want to be there. So I know already. So I'm like, okay, I need to stop doing this, and it's okay. I will have other jobs, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just need to tell myself it's okay to say no, because like other people also like will get like a better opportunity. Someone like excited to be there will make a better result lah.
When you first started business, you probably have a definition or idea of success. And now you've been in business for a number of years. Has that definition evolved?
I think it has changed over time. When I just started, I look at the revenue a lot. Like, okay, have I made enough? And that's the most important thing. But after a while, I look at my fulfillment, and then I look less at the revenue. Of course, I still need money to sustain. Now I would choose the kind of jobs I want. Last time I would be like squeezing my schedule, like make it full. It's okay, take more jobs. But now I know I already have one job, and then I know the second job I will be quite tired already, and then maybe the result won't be good as well. So I also learn to like let go some jobs, and then I prioritize my own fulfillment of creating this. Will I enjoy doing this? So I will try to ask myself what I want, and then it's not about earning more and more and more anymore. Yeah, because I think when I just started, it's like let's make more, but how much more is enough? Let's try to ask myself that, and then slowly I feel like actually one job, even though don't make a lot and I still feel very happy, that's the more meaningful side of the business. Yeah, I will try to do more of the things that I enjoy doing while making enough to sustain.
And since we're on the topic of doing things that you really enjoy, what are some of the things that you enjoy outside of business?
I like reading a lot, and I also like to go for a walk. Like whenever possible, I will just go out just to take a walk. Like in the morning, I will just when I just woke up, I will just go down and take a walk and then get some sun, because I believe it's free vitamin D. Yeah. And then after lunch and dinner, I also will go take a walk. And when I meet my friends also, we will walk and talk. So we will just walk in the park for a few rounds, and then we will just like catch up and all. So I love this. And or during a weekend, we will go hiking with different group of friends. Also walk, also hiking, and then also get to catch up. So I like to do all these things. Yeah, reading a lot. Sometimes I'll be like obsessed with one topic, then I'll just like dive into it. Like at one point I was like very health conscious, and then I just read a lot of health books until a point. Now I don't go to the health session because I need a break from the book. I read too much about all this. Yeah, so I'll be like become a bit extreme.
But I like this idea of walking and talking with your friends, because I think it's a 2-in-1, right? One, you're getting health benefits. Two, you have a conversation, and maybe after 1 hour, you're better off physically and mentally.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess that's also 80-20 in action, right?
Yeah, getting the most result out of one action.
One thing that I really wanted to ask is that what's that one advice that you feel would be useful to someone who's listening to our conversation today about business, about starting a business, about sustaining a business? What would you like that person to know?
Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because I think it's annoying to make mistakes, and then of course I regret every mistake I make, but I feel mistakes help us grow if we really review it and then see how can we do better. Every time I make mistake or everybody give me feedback, at first of course I will feel bad. I'll feel bad about myself, but later or maybe a few days I will still try and go see what the person say, and then see my photos for example, and then I know the person have a point, then I will try to like go and make some changes. Then later on I also found out, actually I have become better in taking photos because this person give me this perspective. that I was blinded to it lah. Like I couldn't see at first. But I have to acknowledge the emotion inside. It's like quite bad when someone say your photo is not good, you know. That I'll be like offended and angry and everything at the same time. But later on when I come down and then I will learn from it, then I also grow. And that's what I want other people to know also. Like it's okay, we make mistakes, we can feel bad about it. But if we use it as a chance to become better, then we will keep growing in what we do. And that's what I think is good for us.
Usually the comments will come, is it from your clients or is it from the people that you work with?
Mostly from the people that I work with, because sometimes I also like to ask people for feedback. After I ask, then I get offended. No. I also like, but yeah, I actually know that I need the feedback, so I ask the other photographers when we work together. I will ask them, what do you think? And then they will tell me honestly. Actually, I really appreciate them being honest with me also, because not everybody will be honest with us. It's very hard for people to tell you the not so good stuff also. So I appreciate them when they tell me. I got feedback from clients also. Maybe last time I'd be like very like defensive and everything, but now I try to understand from their perspective. I feel like people always have their own perspective in seeing things, and if I'm them, I will see it this way also. So we just try to like align our value and how we see things together.
I think there's also one of the, how should I say, that's one of the parts about the creative business that is very difficult, because creativity is very subjective, right?
Correct.
Like how you envision a shot versus how the shot turns out. Because you also need the cooperation of the people involved, right? The people you're shooting or the people you're taking pictures of. So if they're not very good models or pose well or who have the reaction that you want, perhaps the photos would also not have that same emotive quality that you're looking for at the end of the day, because people really want the photo to look lively and convey the right emotions. So I guess that's also, you have to make those emotions come out as a photographer.
Yeah, but you are very right about like photos are really subjective, because that reminded me of a session that I took, and then I really loved the photos, and then the client didn't like the photos at all. The client, maybe she's not having a good day or she didn't have a good start of the photo session, will affect the whole experience. I also feel like taking care of try to match their emotion is very important, because if they are upset already appearing at the photo session, I cannot just ignore the fact that the person upset. I have to let the person calm down. After the person is okay, only we start the session.
And especially this when it deals with people. And all of us, I'm in the service business as well. I deal with people all the time. Sometimes you don't know, and you have to really go and ask at a deeper level, like what exactly are you looking for? Because people can tell you a lot of things, right? But it may not necessarily be what they expect, because the expectations are different from what they tell you. So I think that's the difficulty of being in service business, being a entrepreneur who's offering service to other people. Before we end, where can people find you if they want to engage you or your services for your photo shoots?
Find me on Instagram, chapters.portraits. We can chat there as well. Chi Yin Tan is my Instagram. And I also have a website called chapters.com.my.
Okay. So thank you so much, Chi Yin, for an insightful look at your business. And I think there's something that most people don't know. I mean, they realize that, someone runs a business and offers photography services, but people don't know what happens on the back end of it, or what needs to happen. What needs to happen to make the photos come out flawlessly and looking gorgeous and looking beautiful. I like the fact that you talk about prioritizing your own fulfillment over revenue, over business success. And of course, success is defined independently, right? Every individual has an independent idea about what success means to them. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thanks for the opportunity.
This episode was a little different, wasn't it? Not very often do we hear about fulfillment over hustle and why saying no can be a powerful driver of sustainable growth. Personally, I've never quite taken to the idea of hustling either. So in this episode, Chi Yin reminds us that growth isn't just about more clients or more revenue. It's about crafting work that leaves you energized and proud. If you've enjoyed this conversation, reflect on your own 80-20. Which 20% of your efforts deliver 80% of your impact? Think about where you can apply the 80-20 principle to your own work. Also, think about the people you've met at networking and business events. How do you turn these contacts into meaningful opportunities? Let me share a tip of mine with you. Whenever I meet someone fascinating and someone that I enjoy speaking to, I would always look for them on LinkedIn. I would also engage with them in a one-on-one call because there's something magical about having a one-on-one conversation, and these days I prefer using Google Meet if we can't meet in person. I've made many friends this way, and I encourage you to do so if you like to grow your business. Share this episode with a friend who's weighing their next big business move and wants some practical ideas to get started. And as always, check out more show notes over at womenpreneurasia.com, and I will see you next Friday for another conversation with a woman in business in Asia.